The 9th annual Lavender celebration honors LGBTQ+ graduates. The University of Miami honors graduating LGBTQ+ students and allies every year by hosting a Lavender celebration that recognizes their leadership, achievements, and contributions to the campus community. Participants receive a rainbow graduation cord to wear at the commencement ceremony, allowing them to showcase their pride as distinguished members of the UM family. Lavender Celebration is sponsored by the LGBTQ Student Center and the University of Miami Alumni Association. This year's Lavender Celebration will be held at the Shalala Student Center, 3rd floor, Grand Ballroom in Coral Gables. The self-pay parking facility will be provided at the Pavia Parking Garage on campus. The 2023 celebration will be the university's 9th annual Lavender Celebration ceremony. The celebration will start after dinner and Chica's performance. Mariana Gonzalez, Assistant Director for the LGBTQ Student Center, will start the event by inviting Sergio Papas Raurk to the podium for our land acknowledgement. Dr. Gisela Vega, Director of the LGBTQ Student Center, Shipman, Engagement Officer at the Alumni Association, Karina Gattamora, and Alice Kerr, and other dignitaries will be participating in the celebration as well. This is really exciting.
It is really exciting.
I'll also note, these kinds of spaces are just so important for our students who, and for queer students, for students who are marginalized in the university space, to feel heard and seen, and to have this moment of validation for the incredible work that you've done over this, under a great deal of hardship. I can't even imagine more so, right? Like right now in this moment where what you are studying, what you represent in that space is all under attack. I'll also note, Florida International University, FIU, which is a public university in Miami as well, also had its Lavender graduation a few weeks ago. And who knows what that's going to look like in next year, whether that will even be allowed as a public university to be held
versus
at all.
Private
versus a private university like the University of Miami that doesn't have to undergo the same kind of scrutiny through the Florida legislature. So who knows what this will all look like.
Yeah. Max, I'm curious from your standpoint at PRISM. I know principally you're not dealing with college students, although you're a student at the University of Florida.
We're both. We do high school and undergrad, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And your reaction to a Lavender event like this, awards program, what's your reaction?
I mean, I think it's so important for queer people to have representation, for queer students to have representation, right? So having something where we're really able to recognize and honor queer people in the community, especially queer students, I think is so important. And it's also why it's super scary that we're seeing legislation pushed through, right? We just had one that I believe was voted on today, right, that would essentially defund all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in public colleges, right? And it is so important that we're able to have that representation, that we're able to have spaces like this for queer students, and recognize their accomplishments.
One thing I would say on behalf of Queer News Tonight, I'm going tomorrow to the event. I believe I'm participating in the program. I have to say I'm embarrassed about this program because it's only been in the last couple of months that I even understood that this program was going on. And my myopic bubble here in Wilton Manors and what we do at Queer News Tonight, both in South Florida and in Florida and nationally, I wasn't paying attention to a program like this. And so an LGBTQ Student Center at the University of Miami, I learn about their Queer Studies minor program and the number of people that are in that program. I've been in virtual meetings twice now with Dr. Vega, who runs the program. I'm going down as my first visit to look at the LGBT Student Center and their programming. And I'm very excited to say that when they come back in the fall, they're going to have a new partner, which is Queer News Tonight and happening out in Hotspots Magazine, of us helping to tell the story of what's going on at the University of Miami and the campus, to help remind us that while we are in the fight of our lives with Tallahassee, there's very positive and progressive things that are going on still in organizations like PRISM that Max represents, and the PRISM Gala on Saturday, and this Lavender Awards program. There's a lot of good things going on and hotspots and happening out, and Queer News Tonight has an obligation to help tell that story to our community here and to the entire country. And we will.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.